Right, let's solve this question here. We've got 3 points, and one of them's got an unknown. They make a right-angled triangle. We need to find an equation that goes through A and C's got an unknown. So I'm just going to draw it. Something that looks a bit like this, with A here, B here, and C here. And they tell us that the right angle is at B. Now, I know A and I know B, and this right angle is going to be really useful here. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the gradient of A to B, because that's going to help me get the gradient of B to C. Now, using gradient is change in Y over change in X. For A to B, it's 4 minus 2, which is 2, and 6 minus 0, which is 0. So the gradient from A to B is 1/3. Now, to do the same thing with B to C, because we know that they're at right angles, these two lines, the product of their gradients is -1. So 1/3 times an unknown gradient is going to give me -1. So m has to be -3. So this gradient here is -3. Now, what's going on here? So now I can figure out what that missing point is, because I've got B here and C here, and I'm going back from x equals 6 to x equals 5. So that's -1 along the x. And that means, because of the gradient being -3, I'm going to go up by 3. And if you check it, the change in y over the change in x is -3. So I'm going up by 3. Now, point B was at y equals 4. So C must be at y equals 7. So that number in there, that k equals 7. I'm getting somewhere now. All I need to do is find the line that goes through A and C. So let's just get the gradient. So once again, the change in y over the change in x is 7 minus 2, which is 5. And the change in x is 5. So the gradient here is 1. So I'm looking for a y equals x plus c. But they've asked us to arrange it in the form ay plus bx equals c. So I'm going to move that onto the other side. Y minus x equals c. And by putting in a point, for example, put point A in, the y value is 2 and the x value is 0. So c is 2. So that tells me that A is 1, B is -1, and C is 2.